Academy is for yourself. It's for a grown-up, shall we say, to indulge. So you may be an enthusiast, car club member, track day driver, and it's, have I got an itch? Do I want to scratch it? Do I want to learn to drive? And it's a purpose-built race car. It's a fun, friendly paddock, great hospitality, and you come in and I try and dangle that little carrot of being a racing driver and hopefully grab it, and then we can take you wherever you wish. I mean, Darren Long he was here. He finished third here, I think 3 years ago. He was on the podium at Le Mans this year in GTE, teammate to Valentino Rossi. So again, just like juniors, we can do the same for the grown-ups. The championship, again, just needed a little tweak. We wanted a bit more reliability, so we're standing on that. So anybody who pays an entry will get a free gearbox upgrade on Ginetta, just to prolong that life, bring the cost down, but it doesn't need much changing. And what you don't see outside of this paddock is the global growth of the Academy. I had 20 cars run in a GTA Academy on the east coast of North America, a series in France, and next year we're going to Scandinavia and Australia. So we're flying, we really are. So a little bit more reliability. We want it to prolong life. Ease of maintenance, the towing arms, it's gone to the GT4 endurance towing arms, which are stronger. They'll take a curb strike more, because we do have amateur drivers and mistakes can happen. So we just slightly beefed it up in areas. But as I said, anybody who enters, we've made the change. The customers haven't asked for this change. Ginetta has enforced it, and we will honour it, which again is a pretty serious message.
So, a dramatic first race of the weekend in the Ginetta GT Academy started with drama for one of the championship contenders. James Nicholas tipped into a spin by Luke Shaw. Mike Taylor careered into the side of him. There was carnage at Redgate corner, and unsurprisingly, a red flag was needed to clear the wreckage. Upon the restart, though, it was Nicholas and Taylor back on the front row of the grid again. This time, James had a clean run through Redgate corner, with Taylor slotting into second in his hastily patched-together car. His patched-together car, though, was quicker than the race leaders. He put Nicholas under pressure into the Old Hairpin. James went off the track, and Mike Taylor was ushered through into the lead, with Harry Gamble moving into second and Ali Jafali for third. Paul Livesey was marching his way, meanwhile, through the GTA class runners to eventually finish second in the class, with the win going to Mark Ellman. In the late stages, Ali Jafali was applying pressure to his championship hopeful teammate, Harry Gamble. They both arrived at Coppice Corner, though, and found that the rain had arrived. They were both in the gravel, and another red flag came out, handing the win to Mike Taylor.
I never thought I was coming second after I went off, but it was an eventful race to watch probably. The car wasn't quite the same after the first crash. The back wheel left side a bit twisted, rubbing against the bodywork. So I think after that I was a bit struggling after the restart. But yeah, what I want to say is fair play to Tom. He really was overly nice to me as I came past him.
12 months ago at Donington Park, and the win
especially towards the second half of that, started spitting in McLean's and Coppice there, so very leery moments through there. James caught me up because I had a massive moment there, and then unfortunately the two elite cars leading had their moment there. So I believe my pace is a little bit better in the dry. I mean, obviously there's a handful of luck in this race. I mean, I started P7. And I'm starting P6 for tomorrow, so we'll see. Hopefully moving forward again, eyes on another podium hopefully.
Representing Ginetta, we'll get the photographs taken.
Very fortunate. It's not the race I was looking forward to, but it's the result I wanted, so I guess, bittersweet. But I do enjoy a good clean race, and that was really messy, which was such a shame. But hopefully everybody's able to put back together and back out for next one. Yeah, I finished nested on a high, and I've decided I was done with that idiocy in the first couple of races. So the main problem for me is overdriving. So I kept it smooth, kept it really cool. Even when the front end was damaged and I was pulled into pits, I tried to just keep calm, and I think that paid dividends, especially towards the end there. That was raining quite hard on the back end of the track, and yeah, that was tricky. It looks like it's just the front end, which Ginetta are well stocked and good support, so we'll get back up and running.
The big old cheer goes up for Mark Ellman, who lies second.
Absolutely, I was looking in my mirrors and seeing the gap and just hoping the gap would stay. Yeah, absolutely, we need to get more wins. Keep Julian behind us.
let's remind ourselves of some of the highlights. James Nicholas started from pole position, and he and Mike Taylor this time had a much cleaner run through Redgate corner than they had yesterday. It was a really bold start from Peter Thompson to hold on to third position initially heading through Redgate, with Emma Tomlinson slotting into fourth. But then drama, the first bit of plenty of drama that befell Mike Taylor in that race. He outbraked himself from second place in the chicane and lost a whole heap of places. That put him in a battle with, among others, Thomas Balfe. But as he was coming through the field, there was more trouble lurking on the horizon for the championship leader. When Emma Tomlinson got it wrong at the chicane, Taylor headbutted her on the exit of the corner, damaged the front of his car, and that number 33 machine never looked as competitive from that point onwards. It was a constant fight then for Taylor just to try and retain track position and stay out of trouble. Harry Gamble came through all of that though and put himself in contention for a win, as Taylor was once again off the road, this time coming out of the final corner. Harry Gamble was taking chunks of time out of James Nicholas mid-race, caught him and passed him easily to pull away to claim his second win of the season and halve the gap to the championship leader. Nicholas's pace really deserted him in the second half of the race. He was reeled in and overtaken first by Ali Jafali, then by Jamie Cordell, and would eventually finish behind Luke Shaw in fifth place. A great race though, a win for Harry Gamble. Mark Ellman got the better of Julian Watling in GTA, meaning both championships are closer than ever.
Big cheer goes up for Jamie. Congratulations to him. First season of...
Yeah, no, that was really tough. I think the first section of the race really came to me because I started on the wet tyres, but towards the end it was a real struggle to stay on the track. It was Ali came past me with relative ease, and I had Luke Shaw right up behind me. He would have had me if there was another lap, so it was a real struggle, but I'm happy I made it in the end. And now this dictates our place for the third race. I'm hoping to make the most of it and see if I can keep on the podium.
To him early on, at the top step of the podium. And
yeah, thank you so much. I can't say how happy I am, honestly. Like, it was a really fun race, and I think it was a big learning curve for me, like spinning out twice and making it back. But it was a mega race, and I had loads of fun. 100%, definitely having your teammate on the inside is a bit more forgiving than having your opponent. Looking forward to the race and hoping that I can have a great start and hopefully get my second podium.
Elite Motorsport, Harry Gamble on the top step of the podium, his second win of the 2024.
Yeah, it feels like a long time since Donington Park, so yeah, finally got one in the end. So yeah, it's a good choice on the slick tyres, I think. The mechanics told me just take it steady on the first 3 laps. It was still partially wet, but once the wet tyre runners started overeating their tyres, we had loads more pace, so just come back through the field. Yeah, it was a good race in the end. Yeah, starting on pole position, so with my teammate Ali next to me, so hopefully another 1-2 for Elite Motorsport.
The top step of the podium and claims the win for himself and for Victories Motorsport.
Yeah, it was absolutely a lot of fun. It was back and forth, and it was just trying to get in front of him because I had the advantage. Yeah, I was running dries. Everyone in my class was running wets, so it was just a matter of time once the dries heat up. There was a dry line and just getting in front of them.
A very entertaining third race of the weekend for the Ginetta GT Academy. Harry Gamble led the field into Redgate corner. Jamie Cordell challenged, but behind came James Nicholas, who clattered into the side of Ali Jafali's car, spinning the Elite Motorsport driver and damaging his own car in the process. There was a safety car whilst Luke Shaw's car was retrieved from the gravel at Redgate after his involvement in the drama, and after the race resumed, all eyes were on the championship leader, Mike Taylor, carving his way through the order and trying to salvage any points he could, knowing that one of his big rivals, Harry Gamble, looked set to win the race. Emma Tomlinson was overtaken mid-race by Peter Thompson, who would eventually finish on the outright podium. It didn't look that way, though, until the very final corner. Thomas Balfe put up a valiant defence against Mike Taylor, who eventually forced the mistake and found a way through, and then set off after the fast-starting Jamie Cordell. He had a nibble at Jamie at McLean's. That nearly ended in disaster. Thankfully, crisis averted, and Jamie's E3 Sport car stayed in front until he outbraked himself at the Old Hairpin and opened the door for Mike Taylor, who gratefully stepped through it and into second position. Harry Gamble, though, had been dominating the race to this point. He pulled away. There was late drama, though, for Thomas Balfe and Jamie Cordell. Balfe then tangling with Mark Ellman, costing Mark the class win in GTA. But Harry Gamble claimed the victory for the third time this season and goes to Brands Hatch as a title contender.
Well done to Peter. Third overall in the race, third of the rookies.
Yeah, magic. It's been a tough weekend actually. Qualified really well, but then terrible race. off at the first corner and unable to restart in the first race. Second race, chose the wrong tyres. Third race, I've had a cracking race there, lots of tension, and a shame for the lads that fell off, real shame. But I'm delighted, obviously, to pick up on their misfortune. Yeah, we really did. It was nip and tuck in places. Great tussle with Emma Tomlinson at the start. She overtook me at the start, I overtook her back. Pressure everywhere, people falling off the circuit. It was really, really intense for a last race of the weekend. It's late in the day. I think people may be feeling the fatigue, and yeah, but super racing. I couldn't be more elated.
And close in on the 2024 Ginetta GT Academy Championship. But the rookie win.
It was a wild start, as it often is. I managed to just squeeze through a clean line, which then put me up to, I think, 6th or so, which was obviously a lot better than my starting position. So safety car restart worked well for me. I picked off a few really good, strong rivals. Also made some silly mistakes and traded places for a while. But ultimately, I got some vital championship points. It has to be, yeah. Consistency was my main goal there. Obviously, I was going to take overtakes if they were there, and P2 is solid points. So really successful in that regard. But yeah, I think the main thing for Brands is keep my nose clean.
Thompson shakes the hand of Mike Taylor, heads up onto the top step.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just managed to make a good start, pull away, build a good gap, and then just throttle back from there. Really. Yeah. I'll take that after yesterday's debacle. I just got my head down. I didn't look in the mirrors once. Just kept treated it like a qualifying session. Just bang all the laps in, and managed to bring it home in the end.
Sport. He holds his trophy aloft.
I almost lost my voice. I shouted so much when I came across the line. To be honest, totally unexpected. First lap. First corner, got caught up in the shenanigans, and then I sort of fell right back, and then just worked my way through the field, and then I think I was up to P2 in class maybe. Turned into the last corner, see my rival parked up somewhere. I'm like, oh God, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I tell you what, I'm going to scream. That's what I did. I avoid looking at the championship because it stresses me out every time I look at it, but I think I'm marginally ahead going into Brands, so it'll all come down to Brands. It's going to be a really exciting weekend.